My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/campaign to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/campaign. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
Move your career further, faster in just 2 days with a Harvard Professional and Executive Development Program. Advance your leadership skills, craft smarter business strategies, build your network, and transform how you work and think to keep your career moving forward. You'll earn a certificate and can add Harvard to your resume with Harvard Professional and Executive Development. Learn more at professional.dce.harvard.edu/Spotify.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
Welcome to Book Talk for Book Talk, a literary podcast where we have been deep diving into your favorite novels.
This is Jac.
And I'm Amy.
And our listeners love to share their thoughts and theories via email and voicemail, so we're sharing some of them via our weekly mini episodes.
The views expressed by the hosts and listeners are entirely their own and in no way represent the thoughts or intentions of the original author. This podcast is a discussion, shared to spark thought and conversation on the characters and themes of this novel.
Spoilers may be discussed with or without warning. Explicit language, as well as themes of sex, violence, abuse, death, and depression will recur throughout this podcast. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to our mini episode series. During each mini, we'll be reading listener feedback and theories, as well as discussing all things Sarah J. Maas, including her ACOTAR, Crescent City, and Throne of Glass series.
So for today's mini episode, Amy, I put on our Instagram a question to everyone. What is their book ick? It could be phrases. It could be book tropes. It can be literally anything. What is it that when you're reading, there's an ick? And some of these are amazing. Some of them are going to hurt us a little bit because it's going to make us think about our writing.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah. That's fair. I'm really excited because I was so busy at work. I had no idea you made this post. Mm-hmm. So I have seen literally nothing.
Yeah. So I'm going to start off with, I would say, the number one ick. And I'm talking about dozens of times. And we had over 100 responses to this, so dozens of times. The number one book ick, pregnancy tropes.
Absolutely. And that's why people have a hard time with Silver Flames.
Oh, I guess that is a pregnancy trope, huh?
Yeah, it is a pregnancy trope.
I mean, what makes a pregnancy trope? The pregnancy, I guess.
The pregnancy?
Like, I always kind of assumed pregnancy trope meant forced pregnancy.
Not necessarily.
Just anything to do with a pregnancy.
Yep.
Oh, that's fair.
Or pregnancy being a plot device of some sort. And Farrah's pregnancy is a plot device. And I don't blame people for being annoyed with it.
Yeah, that's fair. You know what? People don't want it in real life. People don't want it in their books. That's fine.
Unless they have a breeding kink, and then that's fine.
Pregnancy trope is different than breeding kink. Breeding kink is allowed. Pregnancy trope not.
Yeah.
There's a fine line. So this one was a funny one. Their ick is creating a new big bad just for the sake of keeping the series going. Looking at you from Blood and Ash.
Oh.
But I'm also looking at you, Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Also true. That was the first place my mind went. It was Buffy.
Yeah. But I get it when it's just like a series just can't let it go.
Yeah. A lot of TV series are that way.
A lot of TV series and a lot of book series.
Yeah.
There's another book series out there, which I'm not going to list. Now I'm going to list. Because I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but another one that does it is Zodiac Academy.
Oh, okay.
It's like 8 books in, and I don't see an end in sight. I stopped reading a while ago.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
You were eating it up for a while.
Yeah, it was what I was coping with when my grandma died. I don't know why. That was
it didn't require
thought.
Yep.
It really did not. Okay, so the next one. This one also kind of hurts. Student-teacher relationship. Love hypothesis was rough reading as a grad student.
Okay, that's fair. I think if you're... I can't actually, you know what? I'm guilty of this. I read a lot of Hermione and Snape when I was in high school.
I am just a sucker for it. It's although I haven't read anything recently like that, but you know what? Maybe I wouldn't like it now as an adult.
Maybe. There is something very problematic, obviously.
Yeah.
That's why, there's Title IX in higher ed. But sometimes I think it's the age difference.
So in Zodiac Academy, there's a student-teacher thing going on, but all the students are over the age of 18. They're like schoolgirls still, like in uniforms and little plaid skirts. But we just said, okay, now you're over 18, so it's totally okay. But at the same time, if I was in college and I had a hot student teacher, I would have 100% thought about going there, but not actually because I had no game.
I was totally into one of my literature teachers, and he was a grad student.
Really?
Yeah.
How come I didn't have that grad student? There was no attractive male in our department.
I don't know what to tell you.
Damn it. All right. Going back to college. All right, the next one. Brother's best friend trope.
Oh.
I read that.
Do you read that?
Oh, yeah, I love it.
I don't read it. Actually, I don't like it because it reminds me of Harry and Ginny. And that was the lamest ship for Harry Potter.
I mean, you were going for Hermione and Snape, so.
Well, I was
a bit more hardcore.
I was like Hermione, Draco, Hermione, Snape, Harry, Draco. Those were my three.
Mm-hmm.
But no, Ginny, Harry, no. It's lame.
Okay, another one. Going into detail of contemporary clothing, like leggings or crop top.
Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
I get it. So when we talk about SJM and clothing, it's all very purposeful, and she balances it well where it's not too heavy detail.
But I think I can understand with the contemporary clothing because like things aren't cool as much anymore. You know what I mean? Like if someone's like, then they put on their Ugg boots. It's like that would be happening back in the day, and now probably would be again because it's all coming back.
True. Well, I also find going into clothing too heavy when there's no purpose.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't need to visualize them.
No.
If you're describing the clothing description needs to have purpose.
I'm happy if you're like, they were wearing traveling clothes. Cool. That's all I need.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need more.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. So this next trope, I hate it too. Miscommunication. Don't you dare. Go ahead.
I have a love-hate because it creates the best angst. Because it's stupid.
It's so stupid. I know.
But I love the angst. Give me the angst.
You can find angst elsewhere. I think as someone who like loves to communicate.
Oh, yeah, that's
You have to admit, I'm a huge communicator.
Yeah, you are.
And you're a communicator too.
Yeah, I am.
How could you like it? Because I'm just always like, just talk about it. Just say it. Like, you know, when they say something and they pause halfway through.
Yep.
And it's like, but I didn't finish my sentence.
Yep.
And now they think I don't love them.
Yep.
No. The angst.
But I know so many people like that it's very realistic to me. And it's frustrating as hell, but I still love it.
Who am I to say no? I'll read them all. When a male love interest refers to their female love interest as sweetheart. That is so specific.
It is very specific. You know, it's so interesting. I'm not allowed to call my girlfriend sweetheart.
Oh, does she not allow it?
She does not like sweetheart.
I have never let a single one of my boyfriends call me babe or baby. But I recently read a stalker romance, which is now making me change the way that I think about it. But that's why, like, all of them called me, as you're knowing, the last one, what he called me, and the British ones.
Yeah.
I wanted to be called love or darling, and he wouldn't do it because he said that was like the patriarchy, and I was like, I'm cool with it.
Yeah. Give me patriarchy, man.
Call me love, damn it.
I know. I worked so hard to find a word to call my girlfriend that wasn't babe.
What do you call her?
We did end up resorting to babe. We spent months looking for other things. I call her bun sometimes.
Yeah.
Because she likes bunnies and she always wears a bun.
Yeah, that's cute.
So she's bun. But that's usually text, not dialogue.
I say you introduce it. I believe in you.
What?
Bun.
Oh, I already use it.
No, but in person, voice.
An experiment for this weekend.
Voice to text. All right, here's another super specific one.
Okay.
Non-floppy books.
Oh, like a hardcover?
Or just like, yeah.
Or just like it's too stiff?
I
That's
don't know.
hilarious.
It was just such a... I mean, I said anything, right?
Right.
Okay, another one that I saw pretty often, Mary Sue's.
Interesting.
Can you explain to the group?
Just like a goody two-shoes, someone who follows the rules.
I don't think that's what a Mary Sue is. Lacking in flaws or weakness. She's not a strong woman so much as an insufferable Mary Sue.
Interesting. Okay.
Author insert character for wish fulfillment. Oh, it's like a character for wish fulfillment? Idolized character who is talented at everything and has no meaning. Yeah, like just more of like a vague...
Yeah. That's why people accuse Rey
Yeah.
in Star Wars of being a Mary Sue.
Yeah, they're just kind of like
sense.
there for a body, but without humanity.
Right. They don't have the depth of character flaws or a fatal flaw or, you know.
I mean, that was done a couple of times, and I understand that. Like, if you're going to have women.
Yeah.
We're complex, beautiful creatures.
That's right.
Fall has officially started here in Los Angeles, and that means we finally get to do fall activities.
I have been counting down the days for when I can go to pumpkin patches, maybe even hit up an apple orchard, and I get to do all of it looking super cute in my Quince boyfriend sweater.
This weather is perfect for my dark academia vibes, and I'm so excited to bust out my washable silk blouse because you know I'm going to be taking pictures.
Quince is known for their Mongolian cashmere sweaters from $50. And that's not all. Quince has so many other amazing things on their website.
All of those items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands.
That includes leather jackets, cotton cardigans, soft denim. Like my entire fall wardrobe is genuinely turning into Quince wardrobe.
By partnering directly with top factories and cutting out the cost of the middleman, we get savings as the customer.
One of my favorite parts about Quince is the fact that they only work with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices. And they still manage to get premium fabrics and finishes for that, luxury feeling for every item that they have.
Get cozy in Quince's high-quality wardrobe essentials. Go to quince.com/booktalk for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/booktalk, BOOKTALK, to get free shipping and 365-day returns. That's quince.com/booktalk.
Move your career further, faster in just 2 days with a Harvard Professional and Executive Development Program. Advance your leadership skills, craft smarter business strategies, build your network, and transform how you work and think to keep your career moving forward. You'll earn a certificate and can add Harvard to your resume with Harvard Professional and Executive Development. Learn more at professional.dce.harvard.edu/Spotify.
All right, another one. Bully romance.
Bully romance.
I love a good bully
Oh
romance.
my gosh. Talk about the phases of bully romance that Jac has consumed.
I know. It's
Mafia
true.
romance?
Huh?
Mafia romance?
But was that really a bully? Actually, someone says mafia romance in here too. Really, people are just kind of... Too many people have been asking for my Goodreads, and they're just listing off all the
things
books
that
I've
you
read.
read. You're in stalker romances right now?
Yeah, but I actually took a break, and now I'm in sports romance.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Long separation of main love interests.
Oh, so like no long distance pining?
No, I mean, I think like if one character, when like, let's say the love interests are separated for a long period of time and aren't brought back together till the end, edit this part out.
Oh, but that's in book 3.
I know.
Damn it. You're right, though. Damn it.
So yeah, the separation of love interests for a long period of time.
Yeah, but they need to grow up. They need to grow up so that they can come back together healthy because they were too toxic together to start with. They have to separate to become non-toxic.
But what if one's kidnapped? The blank stare Amy gave me.
I didn't know how to respond to it.
No, like, I've never seen you buffer before.
Is that what I did?
You were in buffer mode. I've never seen that before. That was interesting. Woo. Have we plugged you in? Where's the Wi-Fi connection?
I was going to say my connection is spotty right in this corner.
When characters have tons of hidden talents and skills with no training or any hint of them.
Sounds like the thing you complain about a lot in the second book of From Blood and Ash.
I'll say it. Like, why does she know how to pick a lock? It wasn't said.
It was no context was ever given or hints given beforehand.
Why? Because you had a brother, you know how to pick a lock? That's not how it works. When the main character is 17, I don't know why, but that age makes me cringe. Here's what I think. It's when authors are like, I don't know, like barely legal, but they're not legal. You know what I mean?
Right,
it's like,
right. They're not quite adults, but they're older than a young adult.
If something starts with a romantic interest that's older, they're 17, so it's almost, you know what I mean? And it's just like, no, I agree. That's an age you leave alone. Be 16 and be a child. 17, you're still a child.
But people
I'd say
pretend they're not children.
34, you stop being a child.
So you're still a child.
You're still a child.
Barely.
35.
Can we talk about the fact that my birthday's going to be in like 6 weeks?
Yeah, I'm not okay with that.
It's crazy.
It's weird. I forgot our age. Okay, here's a great one. Anytime a character growls during sex, I can't imagine not laughing if my partner did that.
How do you growl during sex?
I want you. I thrust. I sound like a lawnmower. Why can't I have someone to growl to? Here's another one. This one's great. This one was popular on TikTok for a while. Books coming up with a way of saying birthday without saying birthday.
Oh, like Life Day.
My name day.
Oh, yeah, name day. Yep.
Do you know if your books say birthday or not?
We will say birthday.
Yeah, mine will say birthday too. We're doing this for you. Cringy smut is another ick someone listed.
What's cringy smut?
That's a good... They just wrote cringy smut. So I'm going to insert what I believe is cringy smut.
Okay.
When it was that book I was reading, and she described herself as having milky white thighs.
Oh, okay.
Milky. And I'm just, no. I don't know. I think to me when it's like super used cliches.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's what they meant. Oh, baby girl. That's another one someone said is cringy. I'm thinking people don't like names, endearments.
So are people going to be against kitten too?
I'm going to say no because I liked kitten.
So what you say rules.
Speak for everyone.
I think the name stuff is a personal preference.
Mm-hmm.
And the author is going to use what they like, probably, or what they think fits the character.
Yeah. But, we're also hearing you.
Yeah,
and
no, I hear you.
all of those things have been removed.
Baby girl. Yeah.
What are my, past names for guys when I'm, flirting with them?
I don't know.
I do. They're not appropriate for here. Drawn out love triangles.
Oh, but the angst. Come on, folks. Angst.
We have more love triangles with the main character, and everyone knows the third isn't really an option. People just aren't a fan of love triangles on here.
Interesting. How do you get through literature? I mean, there's so many love triangles everywhere you look.
I think I'm going to say Edward and Jacob was probably one that was drawn out too much.
That one was definitely drawn out too much.
I think I'm all for a good triangle. Give me a good Stefan and Damon Salvatore with Elena. Mm-hmm. Love it. I'll eat that shit up. Morning, noon, and night. Team Damon. But Jacob and Edward, that was way too long.
It was way too long, and we all knew she was going to end up with Edward.
Yeah, but none of us knew he would end up with her daughter.
That is true.
That was a plot twist.
That was a plot twist.
Oh, here's a good one. And I'm worried about this because I feel like we might have both written this one. Floating eyes, example. Her eyes floated to his lips.
Oh, no, I haven't used that. Have you?
I don't know. I feel like I might have now. I mean, I've read it, but now I'm like, shit, did I? I could have.
I will make a mental note to never write eyes floating to his whatever.
His eyes float to his whatever. No spice in a romance novel. Talento's descriptions or just holding hands.
That was meant for us.
It really was. You're speaking my language. I would 100% get that.
No one needs talent toes.
No, actually, this person is me. Not, I mean, it's not, but like, I understand them because their next one was when a siblings call each other brother and sister, unless like a Nordic vibe, warrior vibe. But I get it where it's like, hello, brother.
Oh, yeah, that's weird.
Hello, sister. I feel like the brothers do it more.
Sister. Yeah.
Than sister, but I don't like it.
Now that I'm thinking about it, my brothers call me sister sometimes.
Tell them they're weird.
They are weird.
You're like, we're not Nordic warriors. Warriors. Shuddered.
Shuddered? What's wrong with shuddered?
You can't shudder now. Characters can't shudder.
That's bullshit.
This one's all calling him daddy.
Oh.
Don't knock it till you tried it. That's all I got to say to that. Another ick that a lot of our listeners have, which is a shame since we're covering the book that we are, mates.
That's a shame.
Destined fated mates.
It's a shame since that is the book we're talking about.
But I also get it.
I do too.
Where then it's like, does that make everything else void? Like every other relationship that you've been with? Are you just constantly waiting for the mate?
Yeah. I do like how SB Nova approaches mates.
Remind us, please.
SB Nova in Kingdom of Exiles, which is her first book in her series, there are 3 different types of mates. Mm-hmm. There's mates who are like familial bond mates, like brothers and sisters. There are guardians, so like...
Someone who looks out for...
Yeah, someone who looks out for you. And then there's like romantic mates.
I forgot about that, and you're right. Go read that book. It's one of my favorites.
It is fantastic. And the first book has nothing to do with a romantic bond. Ugh. And it's great.
There's some romantic.
Oh, there's romance.
There's romance, but it has nothing to do with the romantic bond. Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to read that second one. I'm not ready for it because then I'll have to wait again.
Yep.
This is horrible, and I get it. Using the term milking during a spicy scene.
Ew. I get it.
Uh-huh.
In the right context, it could be cool.
Uh-huh.
It could be hot.
I didn't think that it was going to take that turn. I was nodding with you until then. And I was like, okay. But again, I'm a don't knock it till you try it kind of girl. So
I think I've read some smut that's used the word milking that I've been like, oh, I'm not mad at this.
Question, are they saying it to each other or is it just a description?
No, it's a description.
Are they milking something? Is it a penis?
Like,
is it a boob?
Usually it's a penis.
Okay.
I feel like when I've read it, it's just like when he comes inside her.
Milked.
I don't remember the context now.
Here another one. Any pop culture references to Harry Potter?
Oh
no! That doesn't cover podcasts, right?
That's a book.
In books, and that's not to us. Okay, so we have a couple of these. Referring to male members. Okay. I did it. I just did it. Referring to a penis as a member, and then referring to the penis as like their junk as enormous or dramatically huge.
Yeah, because it's not realistic. Let's set realistic expectations.
One time when I was at ASU, there was a person in my class, and she was like, "Oh, there's this guy I'm hooking up with." I was like, "Oh," she was like, "Yeah, he sent me a dick pic. Do you want to see it?" I'm like, "Yeah." She shows it to me. I'm like, "What? That's his lap. Like, what am I looking at?" And she was like, "Look again." And I look, she goes, "That's his penis. I thought it was his leg."
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And she was like, "I don't know what to do." Like, he warned me. Like, he sent her that text message saying like, "Look, I know we want to hook up, but like, this is what it is." And she was like, "I don't know what to do." I was like, "Do it. Do it. Go and tell me how it is. Find out for us.
Share the wealth.
Tell me what it is." I don't know. Shit, I never saw her again.
Yeah, like well endowed, or like she didn't know how it would fit. Like, that's not realistic.
Or yeah, one thing I've seen a couple times recently is like, "You can't fit."
Mm-hmm. I'll make it fit.
Yeah, well, it's like he can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your vagina is not a size 2. Like, I don't even know what there are sizes, but they're not. It's not. You're fine.
Yeah, they stretch.
Yeah,
babies come out of them.
Some women, like, it is genuinely too small and it doesn't work, and you know.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Which I feel bad for, but like that's because of the women, not because of the penis size. I promise you.
Right. And And I know couples that are like that, and it took them 6 months for full penetration, and that's just...
Yeah, it does exist, but not as often as I read about them.
Yeah,
let's just say.
That is true. And I have to say, people using member instead of dick or penis is just because probably they think dick or penis is too crude.
Yeah. One thing I've seen a lot recently is organ. He put his organ inside me.
No, that's weird.
I kept reading it like a piano organ.
I keep thinking like kidneys. He put his kidney in me.
Yeah, I was more of like, he's playing Phantom of the Opera? Like...
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. At Mint Mobile, we like to do the opposite of what Big Wireless does. They charge you a lot, we charge you a little. So naturally, when they announced they'd be raising their prices due to inflation, we decided to deflate our prices due to not hating you. That's right. We're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.
All right. SJM's descriptions of female anatomy during sex scenes.
Her core.
Oh, yeah. So we do get a lot of those. I mean, if that's what we're referencing. I didn't know what she meant. But we do get a lot of like descriptions of women saying like the apex of their thighs.
Oh,
their core.
Yeah. It's true. And here, okay, that's because they don't want to go the crude way and say, and I think the use of is hot.
I love a good. So living in England, everyone said all the time, and it was my favorite word because I don't know, you just say it to friends. How you doing? Like, get over here. Like, it was just like, don't be such a. And I know people don't like that word a lot, and we've just said it a lot in a very short amount of time, to which I apologize. However, embrace it. It could be sexy. I think it's a hot. Shakespeare says it.
So here's my thing. I don't like using it to describe a person.
I don't like describing it, yes, as a person.
I don't like using it as a profanity against a person.
It's allowed if you like the person, in my mind, but go ahead.
In your mind. I think it's hot in sex scenes. I just do.
I read your sex scene and I saw that you used it and I was like, I want to use it. Yeah, people probably aren't happy with that. That was the most like, I mean, that for the United States, that is like a very bad word.
Yeah, that is the most aggressive word we could have used.
I think it's like the movie Easy A. Mm-hmm. They say twat. And I
think that's gross.
Well, I also didn't realize it was that bad of a word.
Oh, okay.
Because I had never really heard of it. And then I said it in front of my mom and she was like, excuse me? Yeah. I was like, is it bad? I thought it was, I mean, there's a T and a W. There's no bad words that has a T and a W involved.
We'll have to decide if we want to beep it out. How does Shakespeare...
Her C's, her U's, and her T's.
Yep, there you go.
I quote it a lot.
Yeah, you do. So if we do choose to bleep out the word, what the word we're saying is her C's, her U's, and her T's.
Mm-hmm. I'm also not... we may or may not bleep it. Who knows? Okay, so do we have icks?
I feel like we've said a lot of them already.
I'm worried that there's so many icks that people said that I'm still on board.
Yeah, that's true. Same. I'm trying to think of like what I've read and had to put down.
There was a book that was on my stalker romance journey, and I had just finished reading Haunting Adeline. Please don't read it unless you're okay with super dark romance, because it is super dark. But the first book, I was obsessed with it. Love it. I loved that book. And then I'm like, I need to go more into dark romance. So then I found another stalker book, and it was so bad I could not finish it.
Oh, really?
So bad. And
so bad in what way?
So that's what I'm trying to figure out, because it was like a lot of my icks were happening. So one, you have like basic things like my creamy milky thighs and stuff, which was annoying. But I think it was also, I'm willing to forgive so much when it comes to like suspension of disbelief. Is that what it is? I'm willing to forgive a lot of it because I know, like, you know, I'm reading fiction. But when there's no build up to something and there's just an immediate like, yep, this is how I think now. This is how you want me to think. I now think this way. And then the pros were trying to be more than what they were accomplishing. And that's hard because I think as a writer, they think they're doing a good job. And it's just hard where it's like, you're not though. I mean, I'm not saying that this writer was doing a bad job. No, I am. It was one of those situations where it's like the prose were not great. And it read like a fan fiction.
Like almost they were trying too hard to be something they weren't.
Yeah, it was just trying to be romantic in a way that just wasn't. It was romanticizing the language, but it was just not well done. So I guess my ick is like trying too hard when you don't know what lane you're in.
Yeah.
And I think that's like one thing we got a lot, not just in creative writing, but in my academic writing career. I learned more in my master's of like, you know, if you're trying to sound smart, the best thing for you to do is just say it dumb.
Right. Instead of adding a bunch of words that aren't necessary.
Yeah, and I think that's what it is, because Haunting Adeline, I'm not going to sit here and be like, the prose were fantastic, but it was a really well-written book, and I thought it was really well done. And
yeah.
But, like, you know, it was kind of straight to the point, and I'll say that even SJM is like that. She doesn't get too much into her prose.
Yeah, she doesn't.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. I agree in the sense that one of my biggest icks is when you can tell someone has been using a thesaurus and doesn't understand the connotations associated with the words that they're choosing.
Yep.
They were just looking for a different word.
They hit the, like, when you right click and then you hit synonyms.
Yep.
And then you're like, this sounds...
Close enough.
Yeah, this sounds fancy.
Or yeah, I've said disguise too many times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just people trying too hard to be smart. But don't try to be smart. Just try to be clear.
Yeah.
And when you're clear, you're smart.
Exactly.
Which is why no one thinks I'm smart. So I'm never clear. That's false. Everyone thinks I'm smart, right?
You are smart.
I'm smart. Thank you. Thank you. I'm just dumb as hell, too.
That was stupid.
Did you say no, I'm stupid?
I said that was stupid.
You're like, no, you're stupid. You're smart, but you're stupid. We're both stupid.
Yeah. I mean, I say it all the time.
It's true. You don't even know how much we have to take out Amy calling us stupid.
Yeah, it's true. Although I feel like I haven't said it as often lately. I'm trying to think of other icks that I have. I think when a relationship isn't earned, or when a talent isn't earned, or when knowledge isn't earned.
Yep.
Those leaps of, okay, we looked at each other once and now we're in love. Or I read a book once and now I'm capable of so much stuff.
Yeah.
It's those leaps that don't show progress.
Yeah, I get that.
That is an ick for me.
Here's another ick that you were witness to. And this was in a TV show, but I've seen this happen so many times. I must have seen it in a book too. We were watching Buffy and she switches bodies with her nemesis.
Oh, yeah.
And no one knows that she's not in the right body. I turned off the TV and I walked away. I was like, I can't do this right now. This is too stressful. And even when I watched that episode, it was me just like scrolling through the entire time. There's something about that trope of like, you don't know that it's me.
Yeah.
That stresses me out.
Yeah, because we know each other's personalities so well that if I switched bodies with someone, you'd be like, no, I don't care if you look like Amy, you're not fucking Amy.
In a heartbeat. No one can impersonate us. That's the thing. Like, I think that's the other part of it is like, I don't believe it because you're telling me that this character is so easily imitated that someone could pick up their mannerisms like that.
Right. That's how little personality they actually have. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe that I've been faking my personality this entire time just so that if my body switched, you can tell. Playing the long game here.
A very long game. I'm trying to think if I have any other icks.
Miscommunication is just like, I think it's I'm okay. No. Yes. No.
You're struggling so hard.
I am. I think it's like, no. My brain hurts. It just flips. It's also really late for us to record.
It is very late for us to record. Oh, my book ick. And I'm sorry, SJM, because you're guilty of this. Everything happens in less than like a week or 2 weeks.
Yep.
Everything in the book happens in such a short amount of time. It's not earned.
No. I want to throw something at you because I agree with you.
Okay.
Where's my phone? I agree with you so much. I cannot deal with, she is really guilty of it where chapters will pass and we're like, oh, so you just left the Autumn Court this morning.
A Court of Thorns and Roses was not that way. A lot of time passes.
Yeah.
Mist and Fury, not as much time passes, but time passes. A Court of Wings and Ruin?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing passes.
Just a few days.
Yeah, it's really rough. Yeah, I think that's, and then especially when you're trying to build like romance or tension or something.
Right. It's just not realistic.
And like you're an author. You're the creator of the world. Add some time.
Right.
You're fine.
Yeah, you can justify the time.
Yeah, like you can say a month passed. Hybern's trying to build a freaking army.
Yeah, everyone's trying to build an army.
You're cool.
You can't mobilize armies in days.
No, like he has a broken cauldron.
Yeah.
He had, like, we all have time here.
Yeah.
Take a beat, babe. Yeah, so if you have any other icks,
let us know.
And we'll see if they hurt our feelings.
They probably will.
Just lines. Tell us lines that you don't like so that we know to avoid them.
Thank you for listening to this mini episode of Book Talk for Book Talk. We encourage you to rate and subscribe to our show on your preferred podcast listening platform.
We would love to hear your thoughts based on today's conversation. You can submit your comments to our form at booktalkforbooktalk.com or via our Camflare voicemail system. Please visit booktalkforbooktalk.com for more information.
You can also follow us on TikTok or Instagram at the handle Book Talk for Book Talk. Bye!
Fall has officially started here in Los Angeles, and that means we finally get to do fall activities.
I have been counting down the days for when I can go to pumpkin patches, maybe even hit up an apple orchard, and I get to do all of it looking super cute in my Quince boyfriend sweater.
This weather is perfect for my dark academia vibes, and I'm so excited to bust out my washable silk blouse because you know I'm going to be taking pictures.
Quince is known for their Mongolian cashmere sweaters from $50. And that's not all. Quince has so many other amazing things on their website.
All of those items are priced 50 to 80% less than similar brands.
That includes leather jackets, cotton cardigans, soft denim. Like my entire fall wardrobe is genuinely turning into Quince wardrobe.
By partnering directly with top factories and cutting out the cost of the middleman, we get savings as the customer.
One of my favorite parts about Quince is the fact that they only work with factories that use safe, ethical, and responsible manufacturing practices. And they still manage to get premium fabrics and finishes for that, luxury feeling for every item that they have.
Get cozy in Quince's high-quality wardrobe essentials. Go to quince.com/booktalk for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's Quince, QUINCE.com/booktalk, BOOKTALK, to get free shipping and 365-day returns. That's quince.com/booktalk.
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds. Recently, I asked Mint Mobile's legal team if big wireless companies are allowed to raise prices due to inflation. They said yes. And then when I asked if raising prices technically violates those onerous 2-year contracts, they said, "What the f*** are you talking about, you insane Hollywood ass?" So to recap, we're cutting the price of Mint Unlimited from $30 a month to just $15 a month. Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
$45 upfront payment equivalent to $15 per month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Taxes and fees extra. Speed slower above 40 gigabytes. See details.